Hello everybody, you found Nintoonist, and welcome to another Team Fortress 2 post-common Hari. Toddy is a T. I gotta pronounce it with a T. Gotta learn to enunciate. If you want to learn to speak well, sometimes you just gotta learn to enunciate words and say, what am I talking about? Okay. Okay, welcome to another Tf2 video. Today I'm playing as the on a map. I think it's a map, I don't know. Just disregard the gameplay. I mean, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a TF2 video, maybe like a week or so, I think, but I usually go for a little longer without doing that, but I want to stay consistent, you know. But the video is not really going to have much to do with what I'm going to talk about here. What I'm going to talk about right now is Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, Five Nights at Freddy's, one of my favorite games and whatnot. I've been playing that on my channel a lot, as some of you may have noticed. I hope you have noticed, because I've been putting out a lot of those videos very passionately, and because, you know, I like that game a lot. I'm a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, can't wait for the third game to come out, so I've been putting those out as much as I can to try and 100% both games before the third game comes out, my mistake. So I hope you've been watching those. But if not, that's okay. You can watch whatever you want. I'm not going to come to your house and, you know, wrap my legs around your neck and snap them with my legs to humiliate you when you die. But, regardless, it's about Five Nights at Freddy's. That's what I wanted to talk about right now. I'm almost done with the series. As of right now, I only got about, as I'm recording this video, when the time this video goes up, there's probably, going to be about 2 episodes left of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 1 more of the first game, because, last night, I believe it, yes, it was last night, I was recording Five Nights at Freddy's, right? I was recording Fazbear Fever, which is, one of the custom nights, and the second hardest level in the game before 1020 mode, which is Golden Freddy mode. And there was a recording session I had of that, in which I did it for, like, 3 hours. It was actually right after I recorded Freddy's Circus and the Cupcake Challenge. I was really just, I felt so good because I beat both nights so easily. And then I thought, like, how much harder could Fazbear Fever be? I know it's going to be harder, but how much harder could it possibly be? That's what she said. And, I went in and did it, but it was really, really difficult for me at the time. I spent a solid 3 hours trying to complete it, and I simply could not do it. At a certain point, I did, in fact, give up. I never like to give up, but I couldn't help it. I seriously couldn't help it. I just had to stop because I just couldn't take it anymore. My mind was going haywire. I couldn't do it over and over and over again. It was to the point, it was just insanity. Like, it was literally the definition of insanity. Because I was doing the same thing over and over again. It wasn't producing any results, so I guess I had to change my strategy a little bit. And the annoying part about it, too, was that, like, you know, I kept dying to the puppet. And the reason I kept dying to the puppet, because I was winding up the music box as much as I could, but then after, like, an animatronic was in the room and it took up its time, like, unwinding the music box, I'd take the mask off, check the vents, and when Toy Bonnie was there, I had to put the mask down. Otherwise, if I didn't put the mask down, Toy Bonnie would have killed me and I would have died. But I had to put the mask down to prevent that. And then Toy Bonnie takes his sweet, flippin' time to just, you know, there was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do to unwind the music box. I was just, you know, putting the mask down the second time. Toy Bonnie was going like it normally does. And then by the time that Toy Bonnie was out of the room, I couldn't wind up the music box because it was already, like, you know, finished. I just wound up getting screwed every single time for the same reason, and it was so frustrating. So I eventually did just have to stop. And last night, I decided to go in and try it again. I just went in, just tried it again spontaneously because I didn't want to think about it too much. And I did do it. I did do it, and I was just, I didn't want to spoil anything for you if you were looking forward to it. But I did do it, and I was so happy, so ecstatic, and everything that I actually kind of had a minor anxiety attack playing it last night. That was where I was going with this. I had a minor anxiety attack playing it last night. It was on camera and everything. I had to get up, go to my sink, wash my head underwater and everything, do like a lot of deep breathing. Because I was just so hyped up that I beat it. I yelled and everything. I screamed. I was so happy. I really was just so happy. And I don't know if you knew this about me, but I used to get anxious as a kid. Maybe when I was like 11 and 12. I think I watched a horror movie one day and I had some bad anxiety for a while because of it. Saw a therapist and stuff. And as of recently, I've been feeling that same way again. I mean, right now, I feel great. I mean, this barely happens to me anymore. I used to be very anxious when I was a child, but nowadays, not so much. Not anymore. But I've been feeling that way again. And I think it's a mix of a couple of things. My parents are trying to, like, I don't know, they're trying to make me go to Spain on, like, some trip with them and stuff, like, to see my sister because she's there right now, but I really, really don't want to. I drink a lot of coffee. That might be another reason I might be too jittery, but I think the main reason is because of all the Five Nights at Freddy's I've been playing, and although the game doesn't really scare me that much because I know what to expect from the first 2 games, it's still a very stressful game to play. My mother helped me, like, my mother helped describe it to me, because in Five Nights at Freddy's, and especially in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, there are a lot of things that you need to keep track of. Like, a lot of things that you need to keep track of at once. You gotta flash the hallway, check each vent, put the mask down at the right time, know just how long to wind up the music box. It's gonna get very precise, especially when I attempt 1020 mode, which I don't think I'm going to do for a little while. That's where I'm going with this. I'm going to take a small break from Five Nights at Freddy's, just for, like, a couple of days, maybe a week at least, just, like, to mentally and physically prepare myself for 1020 mode, because of, like, how anxious I've been because of it. I've just been very, what's the word? What is the word that she described to me? Hyper vigilant. You need to be very vigilant in Five Nights at Freddy's is what I was getting at here, and I became hyper vigilant. That means I was still very vigilant, aware of everything that was going on around me at once, even after I was done playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's not healthy, is the thing. I was on edge because of it. So, I guess just moral of the story is that too much Five Nights at Freddy's is unhealthy, and the reason of the story is that I'm going to take a small break from Five Nights at Freddy's. Just a small break. I mean, the series is not dead. Series is not gonna be dead. Don't worry about that. I'm definitely gonna get back to it as soon as I can. And I'm going to upload Fazbear Fever as soon as I can as well. That's another thing. Was it worth it? To a lot of people, no. But to me, yeah. It was an achievement for me that I did it. And I can't wait to attempt 1020 mode, but at the same time I can because I'm kind of nervous about that. But it's all going to be in good fun. But for now, I have to take a break from it, just for my mental health, and for my physical health, I guess, a little bit. Don't want to feel that way like I did when I was a kid. But again, series is not dead. And that's just gonna about close the video, guys. That's all I really wanted to say. Don't want to make this too long or anything. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subways. Like and subway. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. That took a lot of tongue twisting for me to say that out. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I will see you later.